Hey Tanya, check this out. You're not going to believe it till you see it.
Ooh, nice and firm.
I know, that's my new Core 2.0 belt.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats, from review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. First and foremost, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Core Essentials for sending me out this Core 2.0 gun belt for review. I've been wanting one of these for quite a long time, so I do appreciate that. So when you first receive this in the mail, you're going to want to be careful when you're opening this up. I know you're going to be all excited and want to see what's inside, but you're going to want to wear safety shoes or do this over a countertop, because this metal buckle is inside of here, and when you turn it upside down at chest height and this thing falls on your feet, let me tell you, it doesn't feel too good. So be careful when you open this up. So inside you will find the belt buckle, which goes on here. It comes with an Allen wrench so that you can set the set screws that are on this buckle to secure the belt. It also comes with a belt hold down that you can install later. It's just a little Velcro piece, but it is the same color of your belt so that you can tuck this in. Inside the Core package, you will get your Core belt. I believe this, I'm not sure of the size of this, but this is a very large belt. And what it's designed to do is you can cut this down to size. You can see here on the other end, this does have a ratcheting system. And what this does is you can adjust your belt in 1/4 inch increments, unlike other belts where the holes, they're about 1 inch apart. A lot of times 1 inch, you're either too loose or you're too tight. So running in 1/4 inch increments on a zip tie style of belt, that's going to make a huge difference on the comfort level of it. Now, if you're anything like me and you carry all the time, I carry pretty heavy with the 1911 here. And over quite a while, I've had a hard time finding a gun belt that fits. Not really fits. I have a hard time finding one that's stiff enough, one that's able to not stretch when it goes around my waist. So you can see here on these buckles, or these holes right here, they've been stretched out. This is super loose. The leather's wearing down. You can see here in the back of my bridges how this has a pretty large dip in it right here. Over here where I carry as well, you can see that the belt has lost a lot of firmness and it's wearing out. So you can see how that's all misshapen right there. Here on the next belt that I bought, again, here on the back of the pants, how it droops down quite a bit. Here the leather's just falling all apart. Again, your 1 inch increments, you can see I just use 2 of them here most of the time. Right here where I carry, you can see this is still deformed right here. Not too bad, but this one is, the belt's just, it's not lasting anymore. Now don't get excited. Here's my current gun belt, and this is a dual ply bull leather. As you can see here, it's just so misshapen. And here where the holes are, again, it's all stretched out. You can see how it's just all flimsy. This is getting ready to fall apart probably. As you can see, the holes are stretched out. And again, when it comes with the 1 inch increments on your regular belts, I run in 2 positions. Now, depending on where I've eaten, what I've eaten, the time of day, whether I'm resting, out walking, or whatnot, these are the 2 positions I use. The problem with that is one of them is too loose, the other one's too tight. And that is depending on whether I go inside the waistband or outside the waistband. With the Core 2.0 and its 1/4 inch increments, you're going to get a lot more use out of this. And we'll discuss the zipper design here in just a second. So to consider something a 2.0, it's got to be upgraded. What are the upgraded parts on here? Well, it's the buckle. It comes with a deeper belt receptacle to make this easier to find the hole and put it in. And 2 set screws on the back here, which are actually going to screw into the belt to keep this in place. This is not going to come apart unless you undo these set screws. Now, what makes the Core 2.0 gun belt so unique is the 40 plus points of adjustment right here that are adjustable in 1/4 inch increments. What this is going to allow for is easier carry and adjustment, whether you're carrying inside the waistband, outside the waistband, or appendix carry. With the Core 2.0 Power Core, that's going to alleviate a lot of rollover, bending, sagging, or whatnot, depending on where you carry. So as you go throughout your day, you know that your belt becomes tighter or looser throughout the day. What I'm really trying to say is you ate too much or too little, or you just went to the bathroom, and your belt fits a little different. With the 1/4 inch adjustment, this is a perfect design. You can easily just snap that up 1/4 of an inch. Unlike the traditional leather gun belts where you actually have 1 inch adjustments. Now they do have leather gun belts which comes with 2 full length top grain leather on the interior and exterior of your gun belt, along with the reinforced Power Core center. Now their leather gun belts, they're designed for a medium to light carry, as where with the tactical belts it's made for full size carry weapons. So being these are meant to be cut to size, the leather gun belts comes from 24 inches all the way up to 44 inches. As where the tactical models, you can cut it down to 24 inches or you can leave it all the way up to 54 inches. Now all of Core belts comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee as well as a 1-year replacement warranty. So with all that being said, let me show you how to adjust and assemble your belt to fit you properly. So to adjust your belt properly, they have written your waist size here on the inside. Whatever your waist size is, you're going to add 4 inches to that. My waist size is 34 inches, so I'm actually going to want to cut this to 38 inches, and that's going to leave enough overhang for this to fit into your belt loop holder. So what you're going to want to need is a sharp pair of scissors or a good knife, and cut this down to size. We'll see how it cuts. So this is a bench made with, I'm cutting it with a serration. It's pretty firm. And you're going to want to cut that down to size. Now after you've cut it to size, you're going to take your belt buckle, you're going to loosen the set screws. After your screws are loosened, you're going to put your belt into the belt buckle. Slide it all the way in to the stopping point. Next, you're going to fold over this thing with all the teeth in it. Now what that's going to do is actually poke holes, and that's already gripped in there. Even if you didn't have these set screws right now, this belt is not going to go anywhere. But they've included the set screws so that you can actually screw this into the belt and it's not going anywhere. Now once you have those screwed in, essentially this has screwed into the polymer portion of this belt, or proprietary, whatever they have in here. Now, this literally will not go anywhere unless you put an excess of 800 pounds on here, or you take these set screws out. Then the fabric is going to fail from the teeth that are on this cam over. Now just for demonstration purposes, I did cut this way too long. It's set on 52 inches right now. I'm going to set this personally for myself off camera just to make sure that I get it right. But for demonstration purposes, I did cut it and show you how to install that. Now when you put it on, this should come over around the halfway mark. You want about 4 inches hanging out here. So now you put your belt loop holder around here, and if you find that you have too much hanging over, what you're going to do is undo this and take off 1 inch at a time. Don't take off too much because you might wind up making the belt too little and then you're not going to be able to wear it. You're going to have to return it and you're probably going to have to pay for your own mistake. So if this is too long, you're going to undo this from the set screws and the teeth, the cam over here, and cut it off from that end. Do not cut off from this end here. And then readjust. So this thing is fully adjustable for you. So everything I said, yes, it's been a little scripted. My obligation is to tell you guys what they sent me and what the information they wanted me to tell you. Now my obligation to you is to give you an honest review. So I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to come right back to you. Alright, so I'm going to do exactly as the instructions said. My waist is 34, so I'm going to cut this to 38. Like I say, this is a serrated edge on a Benchmade and it's freshly sharpened. This is a heavy product. Got all this excess I've taken off. I probably would burnish this edge right here. Then we're going to stick this into this portion, making sure that the outside is pointed outside, making sure that's going underneath of the set screws, cam over the grippy teeth, and begin to set your set screws. I can really feel these set screws digging in. Yeah, they're in there deep. I can feel that go through the product. So now let's try it on. A quick test before I try it on. I want to measure this out to what my other belts are. And as you can see, that's running quite a bit longer than my other gun belts. Okay. So as you can clearly see, I have a little bit too much here hanging off. It is comfortable though. It zips right up to a perfect deal. And the release button on here, I can really tell that that's going to just release at one click and it feels just right. 2 clicks, that's a 1/2 inch. That's 1/2 of one of your regular leather belts. Oh, I like that. Okay, so I am going to have to undo this, and I'm going to say cut off 2 inches of this. All right, so I cut my 2 extra inches off of here. That looks just right. That is just right. And what I did notice, it just did it automatically with the ratcheting system. I just pulled it to where it was comfortable and no more, and it's right where it's supposed to be. Let's see how it holds up to some weight. Like I say, my obligation is to tell you guys my honest opinion on this. With the rigidity of this, that takes a lot of weight off of your side. With my regular leather belts, you know, you feel this thing wanting to flop around, hang out, fold over or whatnot, but this belt is actually holding it very firm, very confidently actually. Yeah, it's actually a nice belt. And being that it has a polymer interior on it, it's not going to sag. It might over a couple of years, I'm not sure. But what will I do? I think I'll cut another inch off of that just to, I don't know if I will or not. But with this hanging off the side, it's very, I can only say confident. It's very confidently right there. And it's not sagging or anything. Now, what can I say about the loosening part of it? It's a very firm action that you have to do to unloosen that, or to loosen it. To tighten it, it's a breeze. It is a breeze to get this thing right where you want it. Right now I can feel that this side of my pants is wanting to sag down a little bit, raise it up a little bit, and boom, I mean, there, it's tight. And I didn't like snug that, it's just where it wanted to go. Now you can, I can't breathe. You can cinch it down, cinch it down real good. But man, it adjusts exactly to where it's supposed to be. Let me show you this locking mechanism underneath here. I want to interrupt real quick and just say that I have been wearing this all day. One of the things about this is being this is as firm as it is, it distributes the weight all around the area instead of having one constant pressure right here as if you would with a normal leather belt. So I like the way that you're not constantly pulling up this side of your pants or anything like that. So yeah, it distributes the weight very evenly. I also like the fact that it doesn't dig into your sides like I thought it would. I thought this would have been very stiff, like a stiff circle around your waist, causing pressure points on any, like your hips or something like that. I like it. It fits just nice. I've wore this all day long, and I'm really enjoying this new belt. Now back to the show. So right here up close, you have your belt buckle. And here's your release system right here. So when you have this on, what you're going to need to do is with your left hand, lift this lever up. As you can see, that lifts up a little portion in there, which goes on to the ratcheting system here. You can see how that ratchets onto each one of those at 1/4 inch at a time. And that is not coming undone. Now your set screws are right here. Now I've got those plunged as deep and as tight as I can go. And here's your cam system right here, which has the sharp teeth on it that have actually dug down into the fabric. The belt buckle on it is it's stylish. It's not dressy or anything like that, but it's not a standout tactical belt buckle, I don't think. So guys, that's my portion of the review, my obligation to give you my honest review on it. I'm happy with it right now. I'll let you know later on down the road how it stands up to the abuse, the daily use of it, when or if it ever sags. I don't think it will. See? It's back to where it needs to be. Yeah, if you're tired of buying gun belts after gun belts, I would recommend going out and getting the Core Essentials 2.0 gun belt. It fits just fine. It was easy to assemble. Like I said, it comes in one size. You cut it down to your length and it's going to fit you. If you're interested in purchasing one of these, you can go over to coreessentials.com, pick out your belt, enter the coupon code G410. That's golf 410. You'll get 10% off on that. Now that's not a monetization that will come back to me. It's just a coupon code that I wanted for you guys to enjoy, and they gave it to me. So thank you, Core Essentials, for sending me out the 2.0 gun belt. I really appreciate that. Thank all of you for sticking around and watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out.
Grass and gum.